G'day guys, and welcome back to JRC Adventures. And in this video we've got a little bit of a different one. We've actually got, as you can see, this is the Jackery 2000 Pro. Jackery is a US company and they're really getting into the market. I think a lot of these products, or this one in particular, is actually going to be available in Bunnings, I'm pretty sure, as of now. So they're making a huge dent in the market, and basically they've sent one out to us. So this isn't an ad per se, but this is a comprehensive review. There's no limits on what we can say.
No, well, I tell you what, the first thing that I like about this is the look of it, and the aesthetics of it is quite amazing actually. It's quite stark, it's got a box, but it looks really professional.
So look, they've sent it to us. Let's firstly just dive into what it actually is. So basically this is, it's meant to replace your 12 volt setup. So it is this is the 2000 plus. You can get ones with different sizes. So inside this is a lithium battery. So we've actually got a 45.6 amp hour battery in here. Now the beauty about it as well is inside is a built-in inverter. So you'll see on the front that there's three power sockets. So here you can plug in basically any appliance that you need, even your house fridge. You can actually plug it into here and it'll run it for a certain amount of time.
Also, we've got our USB ports, so any device that you need charging up plugs straight in. It's got its own inverter in there, so phones, whatever it is with the USB, plug it in and it'll charge up.
Before we get into kind of our pros and cons of actually the Jackery, I'll run through a couple of statistics as well for you. So as I said, it's got a 45.6 amp hour lithium battery. Now the weight of it is pretty sizey. There is a smaller version of this, which is the 1000 plus, I believe it is, but this is the 2000 and it weighs nearly 30 kilos, so 27.9 kilos.
But it does have a handle, so it's an easy haul.
Yeah, handle on both sides.
Wheels, so you can put it, really you can wheel it to your application.
Now it also comes with, depending on what package that you actually purchase, it comes with a solar panel as well. So we have one 100 watt solar panel. Now the solar panel I actually really like. It's got closes with magnets, and it's nice and slimline, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think you can buy the 2000 Pro and it comes with, you can, like, if you get the full kit, I think it's like 4 or even up to 8 solar panels, so you can basically keep building, and the more solar panels you have, the quicker the recharge obviously.
Now super efficient, so not like your normal solar panels, but these are a new technology, so they tell us, and they do really charge up your battery a lot faster than your old style solar panels. Josh, one of the things I really love about this thing is if you've got multiple cars, or you love your boat, like most four-wheel drive enthusiasts, they have their DCD chargers. It's all wired up in the car, but the big downside is you got to take that car to get your battery charge. These things here you can transfer from car to car. If you want to take your boat out, you whack this thing in your boat and you've got your power source right where you want it. If you change cars, you can take this, so you don't have to do your DC to DC charger in every car. Grab this little box and away you go. All your power sources are right there.
Yeah, we're looking at doing a couple of boat trips that will definitely be taking the Jackery along. I think it would also come in handy taking it to even kind of home functions. If you're, I was thinking if you've got a party at the back of your house and you don't want to run extension cords, you just pop this and you can plug everything into, or fridges, whatnot. So, I think there's a lot even around the home where this can actually come in handy rather than running extension leads everywhere.
Exactly. What about those blackouts that you get from time to time? You get a blackout, your fridge is down. What am I going to do? Got to wait for Energex to come, or your power supply company to come and fix. Grab one of these little boys, plug in your fridge, and you know you've got a couple of hours at least on that battery to run a home appliance.
Another pro that we've got is that you can actually add additional batteries. So we've only got one lithium battery in here, but if you want to set up a full actually power your outdoor. If you're living off-grid, let's say, you can actually stack a couple more batteries, which will double and triple.
And they go right on the top, don't they?
Yeah, they're literally same box, a little bit smaller, but they just sit on top and then they plug in.
They plug in,
so they
just doubles your battery size.
Yeah, exactly. So that is a pro if you want to buy that, depending.
Also for your solar panels, if you have more batteries, you can purchase more solar panels, and obviously, just like any solar system, any solar panels that you have, you can plug in as many as you want and get a heaps quicker charging cycle.
Talking about charging cycles, or talking about usage cycles as well, so I have plugged this in from 100%. I plugged in, on my videos you would have seen we use an Evercool 80 litre fridge, so dual zone, so it's pretty big. And we did that from cold, or from nothing turned off, so it wasn't previously cold, and it ran for about 2 days on this. So
2 days.
That was the only appliance on it, from cold right up for 2 days, which I actually was quite surprised, because I thought for sure, being somewhat of a smaller battery, we might have got half a day max. So I was actually pretty happy, and that was without any solar input or anything like that. So if you've got solar input, charging it back up, it's going to last a fair bit longer.
So I think the efficiency in that is pretty good. I mean, you get that lifespan out of your battery to cool up your Evercool for, how long did you say?
Well, 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty good. Another pro with this thing is you get 4,000 charging cycles out of that one battery, up to 70% capacity of the original battery. Now 4,000 charge cycles, I think that's pretty incredible, that you can keep going, and yeah, that is a long time for charge cycles.
That basically means you can use this thing every day.
Yeah.
So without fail. Another pro that we have is the quick charge from 240. So I drained this thing right to 0%, and then I plugged it in at home, and it was back to 100% within about 1.5 hours. And that is something that my DC, my 12 volt setup in the car, in the Hilux, or the van for that matter, definitely cannot do. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'll say another good thing about this is you got your LED screen on the front, and it tells you exactly what the box is doing. So the charge cycle, it'll tell you the input, the output, all right there on the front, so you know exactly what is going on in your battery box.
And if you're app inclined, there's actually an app as well that you can, if you're lying in bed and this thing's sitting outside, you can turn on your app, and then you can see all the details that LED screen also shows you. So it's pretty cool.
How good is that?
Alrighty, we have done our pros, but let's get to the juicy bit of the video, which is our cons. What don't we like about the Jackery?
Well, I'll go first. One of the things that really took me by surprise about this is the actual size of the box. Now, one of the good things about your in-car DC to DC charger, most of the time it's all hidden. It's behind seats, it's in the back part of your boot section. You don't see it, so you don't lose any luggage space. Obviously with the Jackery and similar style of boxes like this, they do take up some of that precious luggage space that you need for your tents and your camping gear. So yeah, for me that's it's a bit of a con in that regard. Another con from my side, so we've got the solar panel. If you want to pass me the solar panel. Now this solar panel is fantastic. Here, I'll put it on the table here. Now the way that they connect the solar panels is because they are an American company or a global company, they use these sort of connections. I'm not even sure what they're called, to be honest with you, but basically like a little circular ring, and they push into each other, and then this pushes into the box. Now in the Australian market, for everything, all of our connections that we use are Anderson plugs. There that's the go. What I want to be able to do is, if I'm using this setup and I have one of their solar panels, I already have another 2 solar panels at home. I want to be able to connect my own. Now I could just make, cut this up. There'll only be 2 wires, put an Anderson on it, and I can make an adapter myself. But I think Jackery, if they're smart and if they're really going into the Australian 12 volt market,
probably need to look at making some sort of adapter from this to the Anderson plug. I think that in itself will go a long way.
And let's face it, I mean, everyone puts an Anderson plug on their fridge or your appliance for your application, and you plug that straight into your source.
Alrighty, one more con.
Listen, it's not the world's biggest battery in there. So, you know, they do rely on the efficiency of the box and the efficiency of the solar panel to actually boost the power and to boost the charge time of the battery in the box. But to be real, it could do with a little bigger lithium battery just to give you that extra bit of power and a bit better time cycle to do what you've got to do.
If it could last 3 days with running my fridge, my lights at night and charging my phone, that's all I need, and that I think would satisfy the majority of people.
Well, that's a long weekend, isn't it?
Well, that's right, and that's, you know, that's the majority of what people
and that's what you want. You want to take it away for a long weekend and not have to worry about, is it going to go flat? What about a work site? Do you reckon this would really fit with a, like on a work site? You got to charge your batteries, your drills, all of that type of stuff?
I think I'm keen to try it actually. I want to take, we're doing obviously a bunch of building stuff on the 75 in the canopy fit out, and I want to take it out there, plug the grinders in it, plug the saws, and give it a go.
Well, it's got the power to do it. So we've just got to see, you know, what the efficiency is and how long it's going to last. But the specs are quite good, so it should last the distance.
So I thought I'd just quickly cut that video, and then I'll take it to a couple of real life scenarios. So I've got the Jackery here. I'm going to turn it on. So I'll hold down the power button. We'll see that screen light up. Now I've got a couple of little things so that we'll test, and let's test out the power output. So this first one here, this is a battery charger. I'll turn on the inverter as well. So now this is on. We'll plug this in. You can see I'm also at 100%. Now I've got a green light. Let me make sure that you can see that. I've got a green light that this is on, and it is charging. So the green light, this is on, and it's also charging. You can see there, charging the battery. Now charging this, we have an output of 84, between 84 and 87 watts. And we can see that our remaining time, we can be charging this for 18 hours on it. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's try something else. This is a grinder, so it might get a little bit loud. I've left the end off it. So basically, I'll plug this again in here. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on. You might not be able to hear too much, and then I'll read it and then I'll let you know. So we'll turn it on now. Perfect. So look, one, it definitely did it with these, and on the screen there we're getting about 440 watts. So, you know, obviously you're not going to be running this thing for, you know, 5 hours at a time, but this will definitely do what you need it to do. You know, a couple of hours running for a job or something like that. Let me get something else and we can try a fridge. This in. So this here, this is my fridge. It's a pretty big one. It's a 75 or 80 litre fridge. So I've connected all the fridge up now. This is one of the Evercool. This is the older style one though that I've got, just a bit of a backup. So I'm going to plug this in now. Okay, so now it's kind of ramping up the wattage, and right now we're sitting on about 67 watts, 64 watts, and it's saying a runtime of about 30 hours. So obviously this fridge is right now just room temperature, it's not on, so that compressor is going to have to run for a while. Yeah, but we're sitting about the 60 watts, which I think is pretty good, pretty reasonable to be honest. Well, that has been a bit of a different video for us here at JRC Adventures. A bit more of a tech review. Let us know if you like it. Let us know if you think that the Jackery is going to work well in the Australian market, in the Australian climate as well. We're keen to hear your thoughts on this unit.
If you've got a Jackery, why don't you put a comment down below and let us know how you go.
As always, we really appreciate you watching. Don't forget, leave a like, leave a comment. It definitely helps the channel grow and helps the channel go a long way. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.